All right, so we are live. I love to always double check sound. So let me quickly do that before the ladies get in here. Okay, so let's check our sound and then we know if everything is okay. All right, fantastic. That's good. All right. So welcome to another segment of the ladies of hot topics and our popular opinion. Today we have a very important topic to discuss. So yes, while I wait for the other ladies to get ready and jump right in, I'm just quickly going to share the stream and we're going to begin. For those of you watching the replay, uh, sorry, it's always like that with live stream. Sometimes you have to, So let me quickly share the stream so other people can also join us. And while I wait for the ladies, okay, so while we wait for the ladies to get on the panel so we can start officially, I'm the host for today and my name is Mel, aka Trending Juices Octavia Cora. So I'm going to just do my introduction because when the ladies get in, they're going to do their intro and they're going to introduce themselves. And then we're just going to dive right into the topic that we're going to be discussing. Actually, we have two topics for today. So it's going to be a very sensitive one. This is something that affects everyone. I feel like everyone can actually relate to both of the topics that we are going to be discussing today. So we need everybody's opinion on this one. So yeah, if you're watching the replay, don't forget that you can also drop a comment and we will read your comment and we are going to respond. If there is a topic that you want us to discuss, you can also leave it as a comment down below and we're going to, you know, prepare ourselves and we're going to be addressing it. Like I said, we are the ladies of hot topics and we're five in number. While I wait for the other four ladies to jump on, I'm going to be holding it down up until they get here. So what we do, I'm just going to be giving backstories of what we do, what our show is all about, and to keep it going before other ladies jump in. So, like I said, we are the ladies of hot topics, and we always discuss things that are happening all around the world and any topic that we feel it's important and we really want to share more light or throw more light on it, discuss more, create more awareness about it. We just jump on it and we discuss it and give our own popular opinion. Okay, so that's what we do in here. If you are coming in, please say hello so I can welcome you properly. I see we're three persons here. You can say hello so I can welcome you properly. But if you're one of those people that don't like, if you're one of those people that don't like showing your face or whatnot, then okay, I kind of understand. As you're coming in, please give us a thumbs up, give the live stream a thumbs up, and yeah. Yeah. Taxi. Mom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I have my little one here with me. So you guys are gonna see her popping in and out and so on and so forth. So okay, I'm just going to give a little bit of backstory concerning the first topic we're going to be discussing before the ladies get in, because when they get in, they introduce themselves. And Yasu, when the ladies get in, they're going to introduce themselves and they're going to we're going to start hearing their opinions. So yes, like I said, we have two topics that we are going to be discussing. I see you, Consti, Consti. I see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so like I said, we have two. Yeah, I totally understand. I'm even surprised that you're the first one here. I wasn't expecting you to be the first one here because I know you're still very busy. Okay, so that's one of the ladies of Hot Topics, but she's very busy today. She will be joining us probably toward the end. All right, so like I said, we have two topics that we're going to be discussing, and the first one is the Oshi, Asu. Sorry, that was my daughter flicking the light on and off. So the first story that we are going to be talking about, lots of distraction. Sorry, I'm kind of repeating myself a whole lot, and pardon my voice, I'm kind of under the weather, so yeah, my nose and all of that, the flu. Sorry. Anyway, so the first story is a story of a man that actually beat his own 2 months old baby. So you can imagine how small that baby is. A man that beat up his 2-month-old baby just because the baby was crying, and according to him, that the baby was disturbing his sleep. So with that anger, he actually beat the baby up, broke the baby's arms, and still did not allow the mother of the baby to go seek for help. So he locked them both inside. And it is alleged that when he noticed that the arm of the child was broken, instead of him to rush the baby, to the hospital and see if they could help or do something about it, I guess he knew what was coming if he would take the child to the hospital. So he rather took a hanger, the one you use to hang your clothes in the wardrobe, stuff like that, and use it to tie the baby's hands to keep it in place. But well, it's broken and that didn't help. So it just got worse. And with him locking the baby and the mother in the house, made it even worse, because now there's no way for the lady to get out to call on the neighbors or get help. So the lady just stayed there. I don't know eventually what happened, how she was able to maybe get a neighbor or get someone, and by the time she rushed the baby to the hospital, it was actually too late, and they had to amputate one of the baby's hands. That's this, like I said, it's a 2-month-old baby. So that's one of the topics we are going to be discussing today. Okay, we're all going to be giving our point of view. I just want to introduce the topic, so those of you that are going to be watching the replay, you kind of follow along, you understand, what we're going to be discussing, because I believe many or most of the ladies are going to be fired up, because everyone here is a mom. So even if you're not a mom, you kind of, that's 2 months old baby we're talking about, and it is terrible. Hello, host.
Hi,
You're welcome.
Octavia. How are you today?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm great. I apologize for being late. My apologies.
It's okay. A whole lot is going on. So sometimes you might think, you can keep the time, but last minute
Yeah,
something might just,
I was in the
come up.
bathroom getting ready, not
Yeah.
realizing my time was wrong. So sorry about
Ah,
it.
hello, Nikki. How are you?
Yes, see, so I'm trying to set up this thing because I don't have strength to carry anything in my hand.
I don't blame you.
I'm trying to set it up. Oh,
Voila.
while I know be small. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So, like I said earlier, we're the ladies of Hot Topics, and the ladies are coming in one after the other. We have one more person to come in. We know that Constance Space is going to be coming in either toward the end of the show, because she's very busy right now. So we have one more person, and we're going to give just few minutes, and if she's not in, we're going to start with introduction and start this. I believe before the three of us finish giving our points concerning the first topic, I believe she would have been here. That's Ochtonia. Okay, so the second topic that we're discussing today, it's about a teenager. And if you are a mom, even though you're not a mom, you might have cousins, nephew, nieces, just people around your family, right? So the second topic, it's about um who's Nikki talking to? I just see her mouth moving. Okay. All right. So the second one, it's about a teenager that actually deleted herself. And when I say deleted herself, it's because of YouTube actually took her own life. Let me put it that way. So she took her own life just because her mom did not approve of her relationship. you're, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hi.
Can you imagine? I wasn't expecting you to come early. I was even saying that you might come toward the end of the show,
No,
you know? Okay. All right. So
How you doing?
Chinenye, I'm fine. Simana, like, how you doing? This one. This girl, she know me initials. That's why she's calling my name like that. Can you imagine?
Let's she give you the name, Abby.
It's my.
All right. So we're going to start with introduction right now, and Ochtonia is going to join us when she will. Okay. So let's just go as we see on screen. So we're starting from you, Oyoyo. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hi. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. My name's Ifi Oyoyondoki, and I'm based in the USA, streaming live on the platform of Ladies of Hot Topics. We gather together every Thursday to deliberate on important issues as relates to family, children, life, marriage, relationship, anything in between. And we are streaming live today from Trending Gist with Octavia. So if you're watching us from Facebook, say hello to us in the comment section. And if you're watching us from YouTube, contribute to this discussion because it's a very, very sensitive topic that touches the heart. So let's get into this topic and dissect it together. Thank you for being here and share us in your platform so we have more people in the house to deliberate. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nikki, are you ready for introduction?
I am ready. Let me introduce myself with this thing. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome once again to our wonderful show of the Ladies of Hot Topic. I believe you're going to enjoy today's topic. Is really going to be that hot because the topic alone, I mean, the gist alone is annoying. And then when we start talking about it, I hope we don't get more annoyed. So it's still your girl, Nikki Somi Ugom, and that's still my name in all my social media handle, my YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and all. Please try to also check us all out and also check out our page out, the Ladies of Hot Topic on Facebook. We are all there and we believe you're going to enjoy our today's show. You all are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Constance, I don't know if you're there, so introduce yourself at least before we start.
Hello, I'm here.
Good.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Constance Chinemadusin. I am one of the Ladies of Hot Topic, and my channel is Constance Space. And also on my social media handles, you can check me out if you don't have me. So, like Nikki said, today's topic is actually a bit annoying. Not a bit annoying, very annoying. So, even when I heard the story, I was very emotional because I kept on thinking about so many things. So, let's wait for our host and see how we are going to deliberate on today's topic. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so when Ochtonia gets here, she's going to introduce herself and then join the conversation. So, Constance, I will start from you because you're busy. So, well, let's start with you. Starting with the topic of the man that broke his child's arms. Well, that's the one we're discussing first. So, over to you. What's your take?
You know, when we talk about that story, you understand, you keep on imagining something, like asking yourself some question like what went wrong or what is going on. But from what I heard, or from what is very obvious, it's obvious the woman herself has been going through domestic violence. Because for a man to not have conscience of knowing that this is just an innocent baby, you understand? Like, I don't know what he was in. Was he? I don't. To me, I was feeling like maybe he's not okay. But I don't know what you were thinking. You are sleeping, a baby of 2 months, and maybe this kind of thing has happened before, if you ask me. So for him to have the mind to do such a thing to a 2 months old baby, you know, even when I saw the picture, I was just seeing the amputated arm. I was like, at the end of the day, this child is going to grow old like that. When he grows up and he hears about this, how is he going to feel, or how is she going to? I don't know if it's a female or a male. You understand? So I was not wondering how the baby is going to feel when he or she grows up. That caused this. Now you are sleeping. You have to hit your baby because the baby was disturbing your sleep. Then why not sought for help immediately when you notice that the hand is broken? I know, like they say, children, their body is like rubber. Like, as in, it's very easy to amend their body. You understand? If that man had a conscience and had pity for that baby, he wouldn't even be thinking of what he was going to go through, or maybe they're going to lock him up, whatever it is you're going to go through. Make sure you save that baby first. So now, like, they say when you tell lies or when you commit a crime, you trying to come to cover up that crime or that lies, you end up doing a more severe one. You understand? So if you had taken that baby to the hospital, there would have been an maybe a solution. You understand? Okay, now him trying to cover up the crime, at the end of the day, the hand decayed and the hand was amputated. You understand? So if I am the judge, I don't know what I'm going to do that man. No. I won't even mind if that baby was his self. Like, I won't even have any mercy for that man because he has no conscience over his own baby, an innocent 2 months old baby. So which means nobody is safe in his hand or nobody is safe around him. Because if you can do such a thing to a baby, and at the end of the day, you need to think of seeking for help immediately to see what can be done, even if something is going to happen to you. Think of that baby first. But no, you try to cover up your shit, and at the end of the day, locked him and the mom at. And I heard the one was saying that she has been going through the most domestic violence before then. So I don't know what is going to happen to the man and how this case is going to be judged. But if I was the judge in charge of this case, I don't know what I'm going to do that man, but definitely I'm not going to have pity on him because he has no conscience and I feel nobody is safe around him. You understand? So let me stop here for now and go and check my cake.
I totally agree with you. Yes, if I'm the judge too, I don't think I will have mercy. Like, the maximum, that's what you get. Over to you, Nikki.
All right. So, sometimes I don't know if I'll say in our country, sometimes we don't really know when people are normal and when people are not normal. Because you don't expect a normal person with his right senses to do what that man did. So sometimes when things happen like this, first of all, if we have mental hospital, we need to first of all take these people to that place to check if everything is really okay with them. Then if everything is okay with them, before you know where to start, you understand? Because I see no reason why you will beat even 1 year old. Say if you're even beating the child, like you can beat a 1 year old, but to an next, I mean, I don't even know how you beat that one because I don't know where you have to start holding the child to start beating. Talk more of 2 months old baby to start beating the child, like though both of you are age mates or something like that, and at the end of the day you have no pity because there's someone that when you beat a child like that, you are not even supposed to. I mean, you're not even supposed to. So, but let's just assume that you did it. Let's say out of anger because you were frustrated and all that, which you are still not supposed to, no matter how angry you are. Then you should actually, I mean, at that point in time, just like Constance said, seek for help. Go to the hospital to see what is going to happen, because had even that something was done immediately when that thing happened, maybe this child will not be like this now. So imagine how this child will feel when he or she grows up, and then they tell this child that this thing, as a matter of fact, is your own father that did this thing to you. And is there more thing to this story? Let's just say maybe this child is not this man's own. Or maybe this man noticed, maybe found out that this woman is cheating on him or something like that, and then got pregnant, and then you start, because not that this man has any reason to do what he did, though. He has no reason. But first of all, his mental health needs to be checked to know if he's normal, because no normal human being can do whatever that he did. To even went to an extent of locking them up, not even thinking about if that child is going to survive or not. That means the life is not even important to him. You understand? So before they even take him to prison, before he goes to prison and do more, first they have to go and check him so they will know the kind of prison they will take him to. Because I believe in our country they should have mental health or mental prison where they put people like him, so that when they want to beat themselves, in fact, when they want to beat him up, they will welcome him with confirmed beating. As a matter of fact, they will welcome him by cutting off his hand, because he needs, one hand needs to be cut off as well. He can't just be normal. When a little child that did nothing to him is not going to be, as a matter of fact, that is going to be a forever thing. It's not like something that is repairable or something like that. So first of all, check him. If it's not normal, you take him to mental hospital and then tell them people there, because all of them said they colo, so they will figure that mind to cut off his hand while he serves prison terms. You understand? So that's, for me, let me just say that man is not normal. He's just not normal. He's a mad person that is just roaming around the street and people don't know about it. So let me stop here for now.
Thank you very much. I do agree with you. Mental health is something that we don't really take serious, and when somebody talks about mental health, they always feel that these mad people that run on the street naked, wearing tattered clothes. That's the first thing people think. So
yeah, exactly.
I think we need to create more awareness concerning that, because our people don't take it. I don't know if they don't take it as serious, but yeah. Over to you, Oyoyo.
Thank you so much, host. Thank you. You guys spoke well. I'm gonna start off with saying that I posted a video about this morning, a few hours ago, and the only thing I could say here is a case of mental issue. Okay, to most people, marriage, they look at marriage as just an easy thing. Marriage is not an easy course. Marriage is one of the most challenging institutions ever. This man did what he did, and then when he realized the offense, what he did was to lock the woman up. That is doubling the offense he already committed. And at the same time, trying to do the patch measures, which first of all, you're not qualified as a doctor, as a nurse, even the local people that arrange the bones. I don't know what they call them in the local dialect. He has no such experience whatsoever. And then again, if he was trying to do the locally managed way, he would have taken that child to those people that fix bones in the local areas. We have them still up until date. But what he did was to lock the wife, took the wife's phone with the child in. And I don't know the kind of home they live. I don't know how he locked this woman up, that the woman could not scream, that the woman could not knock and bang on the door. I don't know anything. They did not describe the home where they live. But what the man did is outrageous. The thought of it up until now, in fact, I struggled to make that video. It was very, very depressing and very emotional for you to consider it. We are not talking about a 12-year-old child. We are not talking about a 6-year-old baby. We are talking about 2 months. A baby that cannot even sit down. He can't even sit by himself.
A baby that used to be scared to carry, like.
Yeah, 2 months. When I made my video, I was concentrating on mental health. Before you get into any marriage, are you mentally ready for the challenges that comes with it? It's not my age grade I'm married now, I should go and get a wife. No, we should be able to go back to the drawing board and start redefining most of these things. That man is obviously not well, because this is not the kind of things we hear from back home. We can hear those kind of things, in Western world, but it was very outrageous for me to believe that it's coming from in Nigeria. And to top it up, it's coming from Igbo land, where they value their sons like as if they are their treasures or gold or diamond or whatever you can think. So you have lost the humanity in you. You lost it completely. You beat your child because the child was crying and you wanted to sleep. Since when has a baby been shut up because a baby wants to sleep? Does the child even know what you're talking about? A child that cannot even answer you, a child that cannot even tell you I'm hungry, I'm in pain, a child that barely could sit, cannot even sit down. When you beat the first one, your mind did not tell you what. The second one, until it got so bad. So to me, I look at it categorically. The man is not well. That's the only definition I can come to, to terms. Because sometimes if things like this happen, you try to like find solace in something to comfort your own emotional being. So for me to calm my emotional being down, I just told myself, this man needs help in as much as he has committed a crime. The man is not well. And the wife also, I don't know how she tried. Is it that the man doesn't go to work or doesn't go out? You were locked in the house for how long? Because for a hand to start decaying, it must have taken at least weeks. So I don't know what happened there, but I feel so sorry for that child. I was deliberating with somebody on this. Sometimes I say, God, I don't know how God defined everything. Some people would have said it would have been better if the child, left, because obviously they don't love this child. How are they going to raise a child that you don't love? Honestly, God would have taken this child, that kind of thing. That was what somebody I discussed with, explained to me. That it's too early for this child to start going through this for the rest of his life. When he gets to kindergarten, what happened to your arm? My daddy beat me and they cut my arm. When he gets to elementary,
if they will tell him the truth.
Yeah, they will tell him, the society will tell him, neighbors will tell him. You understand? So for the rest of his life, he has explanation to do about his arm. He wasn't born this way, but now he's going to carry that burden for the rest of his life. It's so difficult for me to handle. As a mother, it's extremely difficult. And people out there looking for the fruit of the womb, they are unable to conceive. God bless you with a child. And this is how you're coping with parenting. Anyway, let me leave you up to host to continue. Thank you, guys.
This is what we're talking about. Kids. They will always do their own. Whenever they see you busy, that's the time they want to just do whatever their mind tells them. Well, I feel like there are so many things that our people skip when it comes to relationship and getting married and all of that. If you noticed, outside in other places, certain conversation come in place. When you're getting married, if they could tell you, me, I'm not ready for kids now. I want to enjoy my life. They tell you all this kind of stuff, like I'm not ready. If the child is crying, or when you like me, I'm not good with kids that are crying. Are you sure you can deal? If you cannot deal, then let's not have kids. There's a whole lot of conversation that goes around all of this. So if you know that you're a man or you're a woman that cannot handle this, I feel like you should tell the partner, so the person will be prepared. Because I feel like if the woman knew that if a baby crying, because right now it seems like it's even if that baby was not his, as far as he wants to sleep, a baby is crying, he's going to be furious. So if the lady knew that, if they had discussed it, then she would have maybe taken the baby to the bathroom. Well, that's the story that is out, that she wanted to go to the bathroom. I'm thinking, how long did she spend in the bathroom? Did she not hear the first heat? Because that must be a very strong heat that broke a child's hand, not just the normal open hand slapping or something that he did that broke the child. And I'm thinking, did she not hear it? And when the baby screamed the first time, like, so many things are coming to my mind. And secondly, I'm thinking, we must be living in a house that has like a vault, those type of security doors they use for the bank where they keep the money. We must be having that type of door. Are you kidding me? I'm going to pull down the protectors.
Yeah.
The protectors, everything in that house, I'm going to bring it down. I must go out. Like, Me and you were
Even
not
if it's a
bargaining.
door, they lock you out. You can just like hit your hand on the door, like hit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And moreover, we have to understand this is our people. And we always have mortar pistol and this type of things we use for farm tools. Hit that protector until somebody thinks what's going on. There are neighbors, you know. Somebody will hear that noise and want to investigate. So how many hours did this woman wait that he locked you? What are you talking about? We're talking about your own child. The child could have passed on. Something worse could have happened because the person locked you and you stayed for so many hours up until they could not save the child's arms anymore. There's something also wrong with this kind of woman. So I kind of agree when Constance said maybe the lady might have been going through domestic violence. Maybe she's afraid of this man and whatever he says is law and that's it. She had never challenged him before. So even when this happened, she saw it as one of those things, even if it's something that he might have not done before, but it's kind of similar to him throwing tantrum and every other way that he behaves. So she just respected him and stayed there up until everything got out of hand before she went for help. So I'm just thinking, if they had discussed this whole matter, do you think he would have gotten to this point? Because you would have known. If the man said, me, I don't like kids, then don't have kids.
But another thing when it comes to that, I don't like kids, yeah, and eventually, get pregnant. You understand? A woman in marriage wouldn't want to go and take out a baby just because the husband is not ready for the child yet. You understand? It can happen.
But that brings us to where our men most times back home. I keep saying this. People tell you, I don't know when the thing came out. You know, I'm trying to go to word because of YouTube. You know, I don't know when the thing. I cannot control. But how come the other people can control? That's the question I want to ask. Because, for example, because they have child support, right? And you know how much you're going to be paying for child support for 18 years. So they are able to pull out and they don't get you pregnant. If they don't want kids, there's nothing you would do. Except when he's drunk. Then we can understand that he cannot go. So if you know that you're a man that you don't want, then you do the pull out. So the lady will not.
No, they have family planning. Even in the local communities in Nigeria, there is something they call family planning, and the midwives get to talk to the women about it. They educate them about spacing of their children, and then when you think you don't want anymore, you can do this to avoid that. So the thing is, this man is a controlling human being, and this man, the way it is, he doesn't want to be caught. And another thing, I want to believe they live in the village because they said it was vigilante that he escaped from vigilante. So I want to believe they live in the village. And you know how village houses is maybe one person in a family, the rest of the people in the compound, they've gone to the city or overseas. So it could be that kind of setting. It will take somebody visiting you for them to know what's going on with both of them. But if they live in the city where you have neighbors, such a human being that is getting angry that because a child, but will definitely be living like I face you kind of situation, or in a compound that have a lot of tenants. So I want to believe that the setting is a village setting where this thing occurred, for them to have kept it quiet. And that story, the narrative that the woman was locked in, I'm still not buying it. I can't buy it.
Yeah, but because at the end of the day, how did the neighbor or however,
Nikki, honestly, I can't buy that. I can't buy that narrative. They locked you in, right? You don't go to pee. Your room where they locked you has a toilet, it has bathroom. If it's a village house, most of them will go out of their room to where the toilet is. Then if it's in the city, there is no way you not have neighbor. Nothing. What happened to your voice? Who did you scream? Who did you call? Do you get what I'm saying? Did you scream? Did you yell?
The man also sees her phones, when this can, because probably
the man sees the phone, but did he seal your mouth? The man did not seal your mouth. Did he tie your hands?
That's not even an excuse. What about when there was no phone? People were not surviving. So even if he took your phone, you cannot say that you can scream. So truly, I do agree with what you're saying, Oyoyo. How can you say that you cannot scream? I don't get it. Could it be fear?
Is it like to say
it could be fear. Fear is the number one thing.
Yeah.
But then again, you ask yourself, okay, fear, right? I'm afraid of
Yeah.
this man. Does the man stay home 24 hours with you? You're a nursing mother, right? The man will go for to work, right? You come
And
and
also
lock the
paying
door where
food
he's
as
eating.
well. Even food. How they feed?
And yeah, how was he eat? How was she eating? So there are so many pieces that we are not getting, and I don't think they want to go further explaining that. They're just they're trying to like talk about the child and how to secure the well-being of the child. This is so painful for me. Honestly, it's so painful that I've already imagined this child's life for the next 12 years, for the next 15 years, next 18 years. So he will constantly be a depressed child if care is not taken, simply because of what that he cried as a baby, which all of us, including the man that beat him, cried. All of us. If you should go to ask that man's mother, the man's mother would have told you that he was the most cried baby ever in the world. And then you can't tolerate a child. If you're not ready to tolerate the baby cry, please don't bring a child into this world. Don't bring a child into this world. If you're not mentally ready to face the challenges of marriage, stay single. Don't let the society push you into getting married and bringing kids to the world that you can't be able to take care of. People are there doing IVF or doing a surrogacy just to have children. God bless you. The blessing of marriage. This is how you treated God blessings.
The truth is that this man is not normal.
He's not.
Not normal. Like he's not. If a normal person, no matter how wicked you are, I mean, you can't. I mean, your wickedness can't even get to that extent. Your own blood, your own. Let's say, I don't know, maybe the first child or something like that, but your own first child. Let's just put it that way. You can't go to that extent. The man is not normal. So first thing first,
Nikki, you know, I discussed it with my husband. You know, the thing my husband said, man, that the economy is pushing a lot of people to the brakes. That this inflation is causing that. If I should further ask question about this situation, then you realize that this man is going through some financial thing that he was not thinking with his faculties. That something was off at the time. Then I now started asking, I said, well, this is Nigeria. We know we have community, family, extended family, and all of that. Usually, if things are very tight for you, you tell your husband, sweetheart, let me go to my parents' place and stay some more. Let's see if we can a little bit, They still, no, your parents will not drive you out. They were always there to welcome grandchildren. Or even call for help, see how it is. But it's not that they live overseas where it's just you and your husband alone. They live in Nigeria. They can call the parent of the bride or parents of the groom, please. We need somebody to help us. Can Nkechi come home with Ebube? You know, that kind of a thing. Then you're going through whatever you're going through. You can't be able to handle it. And you just welcome a child 2 months ago, for crying out loud.
You can actually tell, even if the child is crying, you can actually tell the woman, okay, can you take, if you have 2 rooms or 3 or however, can you take him to another room? Let me have my rest. Even if you don't want to help her, because I know most of those men, after the whole days has and all that, they are tired. I know. Kids, that first 3 months is not always easy. So it's all about you. Okay, you don't want to render the help. It's fine. Just tell this woman to take the child away. I don't know, that tiny baby, how can they cry? I know their voice is this so loud and things
Maybe
like that.
they're even living in 1-bedroom apartment, Nikki. Yeah. Maybe they're living in 1-bedroom apartment. But the woman can take the child outside and pacify the child. Once little breeze touches a baby, the baby will sleep off. I think it's high time these nurses and midwives should
with the security we have. You said take the baby outside if it's 12 midnight.
Unless
you will not go outside with
midnight.
the wonderful security we have in Nigeria.
Unless if it's 12 midnight. And what happened to suckling? Give the baby suckling. Try what you can. You already know you have a monster in the house. This is not this man's first attack. You must have reacted with it. Every time. You could have seen that happening. Yeah. And then you wake up to your consciousness that, wait, I have to be careful with this man, especially with baby around. I know there is nothing frustration cannot cause a man to do. When he's thinking about rent is due, he can't pay money. Food, he can't put food on the table. Baby is crying on top. Maybe the baby was even hungry and there is no baby milk, and maybe the woman is not producing enough milk. There are so many things to factor in here. And then the only thing you could, that's why I said, if it was financial, he could have just, and if he was a good man, because somebody like this is not a good man. If this man had been a good man, he would have asked Nkechi, can you let me call mama so that you can take my baby home and stay with mama for the meantime. You can see the situation of things. But I think the man is not a good person. Sometimes you'll be wondering, this God is so gracious that even those that are not qualified to have children are having children. And those looking forward to the fruit of the womb is difficult to conceive. How can it be? This child, and the child survived, even despite all the decay, despite the surgery, the child survived. To tell you that God has a reason and a purpose for this child. It's just a temporary pain. He's going to go through it for the rest of his life. Yeah, we know. It has become his signature. It's a permanent thing, not even temporary. I take that word back. But for God to have allowed this child to survive, I believe there is something in stock for this child for tomorrow. But he needs to be out of that compound, out of that family completely.
Yeah, because I don't even know how he will feel. This kind of people, if they grow up and they hear this kind of story that my father did this to me, those ones, they can take out something and like take that man's life any day. And you can't even blame him too much, because this is not fair. It's not fair. God created a child complete. And then you as a human being,
then the father made the child disabled.
Your own father. This is not like a fight. Maybe
somebody is behind you, Nikki.
My brother's child. She said she must stay inside this place. Yeah, Mel, I don't get one. Mama, what? You see, I'm in a meeting now. You're here. No problem.
You don't join that. You don't join the matter. You know what we would discuss now. Sometimes,
ha.
You know, that's why I was thinking also, I was like, could it be that this man has anger problem, and he just doesn't know how to manage his anger, and he just lost it, and that's what, because kids can push you. They can push you, and sometimes they do it deliberately. Mostly when they started crawling and all of that, they would just go. I was talking with this other YouTuber, and she was like, you don't know how many TV we bought. I was like, what? These her twins, they just pick up shoes, go to the TV, boom, they smash it, and then they have to replace it.
Reason why parents need insurance when it comes to all those things. As long as they have it in your house, insurance is very important. Get that insurance. When they are breaking it, they are paying. When they are breaking it, they are paying. You can't help it. They are kids. You understand? Depends on the
no, Nikki, you can help it.
When it comes to kids of 7 years, 8 and all that.
From age less than age 1, you can help it. Most of the kids that you see throwing all those kind of tantrums, because they were enabled when they started it the first time. If your child is throwing tantrum, I want this. If you don't give it to me, I'm not gonna get up from the ground. The ground is smooth and there is no difference.
That one is quite different. Now, if it's maybe they're playing or something, maybe mistakenly.
Yeah, mistakenly I can understand. But for a child of 3, a child of 2 to always breaking something. There is the program they used to do. It was a British nanny. I think the title of the series was a nanny, super nanny. She's in America at that time, helping people with difficult children on how to control them, especially with this kind of tantrum thing. Which tantrum? I beg na slap guy and you're going to get tantrum.
No, when it comes now, you can't break my TV.
But what about those ones that even when you give them, they don't stop. They keep doing it.
You know why they keep doing it? It was enabled. I did this argument to argue that. That was 11 years ago when my child was a baby. My sister bought me this woman's book, Super Nanny, that I should read. Then I now went back to start watching that woman. Her only job is to come into your home, study your children, then go do strategy about the children and come back and get them straight. So if somebody can get the children straight, that means a parent can. But because we are always we are always claiming very busy. If a child is doing something, you would rather give a child a device, a phone, to distract the child than knowing what the child is doing. When I gave somebody a little lecture, I say, look, your baby is turning 1. This is the time for you to raise your television up a little bit. because they're going to start pressing on the button, the start button of a TV. They will press it, and it might go right inside that you can't be able to find the knobs again. So this is the time to raise those things. They don't understand what they know. Mommy goes there to talk on TV. Your remote control, every of those things you have to take away from their reach. You're trying to safeguard them, at the same time also save yourself from financial obligations. So they said, the woman was like, well, am I serious? I said, I'm dead serious. It's gonna happen. So what you need to do, anything within reach, you have to take it away. I've seen a child that was a month ago.
What about those people living in just one room and there's really no space? Everything is already jam-packed. Where are you lifting the television to? Where are you lifting the fridge, for example, to? Where are you lifting every other home appliance?
Mel, see, you're living in one room, right? You have a table where you put your TV, right?
Yeah, on that table walk.
You can extend the table and get the one that is as high as this and put the TV on top so that the child will not reach there. You're trying to save your child and at the same time save financial obligation. You just have to do what you have to do.
Yeah,
a month ago,
it's just the best.
A month ago, I was at Sam's Club doing shopping with my 8-year-old. Another child that is over 6 years was beating the mother at the car park. You know what my daughter said? Mommy, I wish this child is your daughter. You would have straightened the child up. That is my 8-year-old. And straightening you up doesn't mean I'm going to spank you. No. I will straighten you up and you have to stop it. You understand? We have kids that are trouble kids. Last year, my daughter had one in her class. This child and every other child in the class, they've gone to meet the principal. One child has taken every child to the principal's office because every parent, they kept complaining. One child, he has been sent home more than the number of days he stayed at school. But the school can't give him up because he needs to get education. The woman can sue the school if you ask the child to stop coming. They already have a counseling unit for the child. Then you have to do better. That child was 7 last year. Do you think he stopped? No. Was he enabled? Yes. They will now come and be calling it Afandi Obanje, psychological this child is trouble. No, they should all stop those things. But what we are talking about is a 2-year-old. He can't sit down. He can't stand up. He can't feed himself. He can't tell you, I'm going to pee. He can't even do anything. Then one man that is not ready because he has a cucumber in between his legs, he think he can get a woman pregnant and make babies, and that's all my responsibility.
You know this thing we're talking about now, like giving kids that free hand and things like that. I think that's actually bring us to this second topic of a girl that took her life because of boyfriend. Because I don't know if we're jumping into that topic now, but I feel like it's the same thing. Like the hand we give to kids make them to take some kind of decisions that they feel like this is the right thing for me to do. If the mom that pets me so much, that does this for me so much, if she can deny me something like this, then let me better. In her mind now, maybe she's trying to punish her mom or something like that without even knowing that if you're gone, you're gone, So I don't know if we're jumping into that one from here, because it's just that as we are discussing about this, it just hits my mind now.
Yeah, of course, both topics are kind of connected. So I was like, let's just discuss it together instead of discussing them separately, because it's just the same thing. Yeah, so you're already on it. So go ahead. What do you think concerning the girl that decided she was going to actually delete herself instead of either heeding to her mom's advice or just run away with the guy anyway? When you realize yourself, you will come back home, but she rather chose not to be on the planet. So go ahead, Nikki.
Okay. See me, I was streaming and I just turned my camera. My camera was just showing the wall. This is my Facebook. They just did it. They just did look. I wasn't even concentrating here. I was concentrating on the madam that has come to disturb me. God, women, hell, Jehovah, help us. Okay. So, oh
Nikki,
my
before you start, can you give a little intro? Because that story, I saw it and the mood I was at the time, I didn't want anything depressing. So I just skipped past. I didn't read the story.
okay. Is a girl,
All right.
a girl that her mom stopped. I don't how old is it? 19 years old or 16 years, either 16 years or 17 or so. That but the boyfriend is 19 years old,
Yeah,
something like.
I don't think she's up to 19.
Yeah, she's not, but the boyfriend is 19. So she have a boyfriend. So the mother now told her that she should stop seeing the boy.
Okay.
Probably maybe to focus on her studies, or maybe she's too young for that, or things like that. And for that reason, auntie took her life because her mom stopped her from seeing her boyfriend. And the video that they showed us, we saw the guy crying. Why do you have to do this? The boy was crying. So that cry, I believe that is just going to last for that moment because uncle will look for another person. So by the end of the day, you're gone. So if I want to talk about that seriously, I don't know if I should say these are all those overspoiled kids that they have access to everything. Their mom is or let's say their parents is giving them access to anything they want. They can go out at any time, have as much friends as they want without you even like knowing anything about them. So probably they are still the type that will always tell you, I have my life to live. I'm a big girl now. You can't tell me what to do. I know things like that. And if actually that girl is 16 or 17 years, I don't know. I believe from 18 years is when we say life starts, or you can do whatever you want to do and things like that. So I don't know. First of all, I don't know how the mother must have spoken to her or maybe advised her on that. If there was a threat, if you don't do it, this one will happen. If you don't do that, that's what will happen. And as little as that girl is, I don't even know if she understands what is love, or should we say is infatuation, or whatever she's getting from that relationship that took her to that extent of taking her own life. In as much as they didn't tell us how the life was taken, whether she maybe took poison or she did anything at all to take that life, but at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. I don't know if I'll have to blame the parents for the training, or should I blame the child for being very stubborn, not listening to the parents. Okay. And the things actually specify that it was the mother that told her to stop. I didn't hear anything about the father or something like that. So we don't even know if there was any father figure where that girl is, or there is none. So that was just how the story went. But at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Seriously, it's not what it's not. In fact, no boyfriend is worth taking your life, making you to take your life. Boyfriend, though.
Wow.
So, oh yeah, please, as a lawyer, how can you judge?
See, I refused to read that story because I said no. I've had enough for the day, so I didn't want to put a lot in my mind. But
Mm,
if I'm gonna get into this story, I will first of all, I'm not here to blame anybody, because that's the first thing naturally we do as human beings. But the mother did not start on time. Okay, she didn't start on that. She was trying to do damage control, but the damage has already been done. The girl has gone into that relation. Maybe that wasn't even the first. You understand? And also for the 19-year-old boy, that boy needs to go and see a psychologist, because he has witnessed something that is so dear. Because when you have this young love, you think you know it all. You think that's
yeah,
the real thing called love. So they both were kids, though the boy is already 19, above 18, which is legal age. If he were overseas, they'll be charging the boy for what? For sexual, you know, because he's already 19 and the
yeah, and
girl
the
is
girl is still
age.
underage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you overseas, that boy is already he has committed a serious offense. But we're talking about Africa here, okay? I don't know if they are going to charge the boy, because the same laws are still applicable in Nigeria. But because the woman is dead, I don't know if they're going to charge him, because they are going to still go to court to factor what led to her deleting herself and all of that. And the boy is still going to be held accountable to some part, to an extent. Did the girl text you? Did you receive the text? What did you do? Did you report to police? Did you report to this? Did you do that? And all of that. But the thing is, the mother was trying to do damage control when the damage has already been done. And when you notice that your daughter or your son is tilting toward this end, because for that child to have taken her life or deleted herself, she didn't just one day wake up and said in it. No, she must have said so many things in argument with the mother. I love him. You don't understand. You don't understand.
If you don't allow me to be with him, I'm gonna kill myself, get myself. They can do it.
Absolutely. They would have gone back and forth in this decision. The woman called it bluff that she was only, So at those points that your daughter is not the time to say you have to stop. No, you don't have to come and use that kind of enforcement. You understand? Reinforcement an issue. You have to stop. You have to come with mediation. You have to have a conversation. That is not the time to realize or wake up you're a mother or you're a parent or you're this. Or, Those upper hand you have to seize because your child is already in danger. So you have to think about how to talk this girl out of that situation. You have to do the talking. Hey, no, okay, is you a boy? Okay, don't worry. We are going to go for lunch together. All of us, invite him. Let's talk. You have to become the third friend in the mix to get to find out why is your daughter so attached to this person.
Yeah.
So you know how to do this separation. You don't come and start doing a way of parenting in Africa. Hey, you must see stop.
If I see you, if you
slap
your food out of
no, parents should stop. Oh, things have changed. Oh. Things have changed. These children are wiser than us at their ages. Things have changed.
And she know that if she take her life, the mother, in fact, what she's actually facing now is what the girl expected her to face. Because there is no way you feel guilty for the rest of
your life.
That's exactly what she wants.
Yeah, for the rest of your life. So you'll be like, how would that? I don't even know how that woman is functioning right now. She also needs to see a psychologist. The people involved, all of them need to go and see a shrink because their mental health is messed up. When we talk about mental health, running around the market.
In our country, feel like that's just the thing. These people don't understand that even people walking on the street,
Was it yesterday? I was on a live stream. I know yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday because yesterday I was busy. I was on a live stream. Then emergency alert came on my phone. So they were not hearing me for a minute. I was trying to read. You flash it. To keep flashing until you get the message. So when I now took it off, I was like, I'm so sorry, guys, that emergency alert that a boy, 17-year-old boy on the loose, homicide. So because of one criminal, the whole state was shut down. A whole state. They now had to say the emergency was a shelter in place. That means stay in your house, lock the door. Everybody. As I was trying to, my husband now called me. Did I get the alert? I should make sure the doors are locked. I should stay in. Don't ask, that was because they are also sheltering in the offices.
Yeah.
A whole state, one person, one criminal that ran off. Then the next thing, in the next 20 minutes to it, they now sent another alert that is only restricted to this city. So every other city should go about doing their businesses. One criminal, one person. Then in the next 45 minutes, he was caught. That is where there is a functional governance.
Yeah.
Within 1 hour, that person was caught because they will close down all the exits to get one person.
Yeah.
But back home, if you go and tell police, say, my mother said I should stop seeing my boyfriend, the police will sound you slap, and that will be go home. So you can understand. They need to start doing this reorientation. Your mother, they tell you, say, they stop, they follow boys, go face your education. Now you can't report here.
Come on here.
Mad. They go slap you, bring back and beat you on top. So the girl will not even have a place to run to for help. People should start knowing there are avenues.
But if you people are looking at it from this angle, I'm just thinking, many years ago, people were more focused on other type of things that were fun stuff. Like, me, I wanted to dance. You see this traditional dancing was something I love, going for festivals and things like that. And other people have other fun things. But these days, you know, on TikTok, for example, you see the kind of videos that these 12, 13, 14, and I'm just like,
Because we are in technology age. Is that not what they are all
at what
saying?
age? At what age were we even before we had our first phone?
Okay, Mel, let me answer you.
What
Mel,
are we talking about?
Mel, I wanted to send you a video this morning for you to carry the breaking news. It was about 4 teenagers that got into a motor accident and died because they were doing a TikTok challenge. And the TikTok challenge is like you go to a Kia auto parts, you steal a Kia car with a use of USB cord.
Yeah.
You can steal a Kia auto. So they were doing the challenge is on TikTok. So these 4 kids, they went there just to carry out the challenge. They
Can
went
you
to
imagine?
auto dealership, they stole the car, then started speeding off. In the process, they had a crash, and 4 of them passed. See, Mel, when you were growing up, okay, there was no mobile phone. I know when GSM came to Nigeria. It was Nokia 3310. No, Nikki, before Nokia, there is Turaya.
Yeah.
Very big satellite and be walking around. Yeah. I remember those days. One man came to visit my sister with Chief Ogbuefi. My number is not 9 North. Are you hearing me? Chief Ogbuefi was in London. You understand? You have to scream. So those were fun moments, and that was a technology breaking through our own environment. It was already easier for this because they already have it, but our own naive the country, technology was breaking through. It was fun when GSM came. That was the most brilliant thing that came to Africa. I can be in the university and call I don't have to go to night.
So just only call me. I call you.
I don't have to go to night. Do you know how long I stood in the night making phone call across the state phone call? But when GSM came, hello, not 9 North, it was fun. Okay, so Mel, they're not thinking about that. And back to your question, my daughter is 12. When she was 11, her classmates were having boyfriends. 11-year-old, didn't they?
Hey, Jesus.
11.
Jesus.
11. She will now come and tell me that this
God,
one
help me.
11. So I'm saying, wow. Do you know what I will tell my daughter? Saying, don't worry, before 2 months, they will break up and she'll start crying of heartache. My daughter said, Mommy, are you serious? I said, trust me, do you want to bet $50? She said, no, I'm not going to give you my money. Guess what? 2 months down the line, are they still together? No, Mommy, they are no longer together. What happened? That they broke up. I said, then 11 years old, and the girl was, they did a merging of schools in my district. So they now brought school closer because they needed to fortify our school system. When you mean fortify, you should know what I'm saying because of all those people coming to do
what's happening here.
Random whatever in schools. So they now bring students closer so that the school can have every defense, amenities you can think of, from the entrance door, whatever. So this girl was put, because of where she lives, she was sent to a different school. The boyfriend sent to another school. Then she now told my daughter that now that I'm no longer in the same school with you guys, please, can you be watching over my boyfriend so that another girl will not take him? My daughter said, what a responsibility. So
security guard.
Yeah, you're talking about 18 or 16. I'm talking about 11, 12. You see, we have talked here severally. Keep talking to your children. It's no longer the way we were raised. Things have changed. And if you're not talking to your children, somebody will talk to them, they will listen.
But if this is the case, then we cannot even blame this girl's mom.
No.
Because I'm not even thinking.
No, I'm blaming the girl's mom. You know why I'm blaming the girl's mom? That's not the first time that thing happened. And
but Oyoyo, not everybody. For example, now you're explaining, you're saying 11 years. I'm not even thinking that. Me, I'm thinking from 14. That's when we should start putting eye on them in that way, you know. Generally, I mean, generally, you of course you have to be careful because these are you have pedophiles and crazy. But I mean, in terms of a girl having a boyfriend, like those kind of
let me tell you something. When I was having my first baby, they said my pelvic wasn't opening very fast. My doctor said, yeah, it happens with African women. Do you know why that happened with Africa, that we have very tight? Because we are not sexually active at a young age. Oyibo people here, who have why like this? Johnson, fear, because they start early. Your mother will go and tie rope on your neck because they saw you with one boy on the street at 18. Not here. Not here. Just that they saw you standing on the street with a boy. Your mother will be waiting for
20. Even at 20, you're not standing on the road boldly.
She's like this, waiting, tapping her feet on the ground.
Who are you?
Because you know you're going to get a deserved beating that day. But it's not the same with them. So the means I diverse, because I don't know what happened in my kids' school when she's out of my house. But what happened at home I can control, right? So I try to be a friend when she's in school. Text me. Let me know what you guys do in the text. Sometimes I say, okay, bring your text. Let's dissect your text messages. We'll laugh about it so that I want to know what they're talking about. But if I now made it like, Nemwa, come here, come, bring that text. No, you have to find a way to penetrate. It make you fun. No, what did that person say? Come, let's read the text message. Let's
be their friend.
Be their friend. Mel, I've never heard about 11-year-old having boyfriend. Now, that was my first time last year. My very first time.
11. Okay. I can't fear.
I'm telling you, Nikki. Okay, Nikki, now you are a fool. You like to dress up. You like makeup. You like all of that, right? Do you know the 12-year-old, what they are doing? These are Oyibo 12-year-old. They will now do TikTok. Their TikTok is, they will display all the cosmetics they are using, do video about it. That's what they post. I say, do you know what? And I ask my daughter, I say, my daughter, Anne, which one have you posted now? She say, Mommy, do I even have a TikTok? Talk more of posting. I say, oh, I forgot that TikTok is on my phone. They have TikTok, but it's on my phone. So that I can be in charge of what is posted.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to devise means. Things have changed. That woman did not do well by when the daughter started showing or throwing tantrum. If you don't do this, I'm going to do. That's the time to sit down. It's not the time to be African mother. You sit down, okay, because of James, you want to kill you. Hey, that James must be very, very precious. So, oh yeah, come and gist me about James now. Let me hear. Make it a fun thing.
Yeah, and you know, if they are friends, actually, this girl, she can be friends with this guy. Yeah. But the thing is that this girl will be telling you everything that is going on. Even if that guy make any kind of move to have something with you, she can come back home and tell you, Mom, you don't even understand what happened today. And that, you know, that is when you now start talking to this child. Okay, if he makes that kind of move, just tell him to wait a while. You know that kind of thing. Because if this child is not free with you, there is no way. See, kids, the one I have in my house is scaring me. It's not even about my daughter. It's that second born. That one that is 9 years old. This girl is scaring me. Some discussion like this, some she will just say like, I'll just fold my hand. Bam. Do you know, there was a day this girl came. She was like, waiting to teach children for school, forget it. Just she started discussing as a matter of fact, she was just like asking me, Mommy, is this one and this one good? Like same, like woman to woman stuff, you understand? Is it and is it this one? You know, when she brought out when she asked me the question the first time, my mind skip. I thought like this, I'm like, why did you say, why were you asking me if it's good? Where did you hear that one from? She said, well, that she has heard people talking about it in school and things like that. Then she now put her mouth there. She was not like, yeah, Mommy, is it? And I was not like, well, the thing is that I'm not trying to tell you if it's good or not. But one thing I know is that the best thing is for you to be you. And then if you want to have anything, have it with the opposite one. That is the best in this our family. That is how we do it. That is how your mom as well is doing. And then she was not like, okay, but what she understand is that people do criticize those ones. I'm not like, you're not supposed to criticize them.
Yeah,
you're not even supposed to judge them because they're not God. You understand? So you should leave them to live their life. But the thing is that it's not acceptable in our own house. You understand? So she was not like, do you know there was an abbreviation this girl gave to me that in my life at this my age I've not heard it before. She gave me this abbreviation When she gave the abbreviation, I'm not like, what is the meaning of that? She gave me the full meaning of everything. The one of same woman to woman, man to man, 9 years old. So when she said all this thing again, I was not like, okay, oh, well, I've not heard of this thing before, but you're just telling me now. But the thing is that I'm not saying it's good. The best thing is just when I wasn't like, don't you want to have children? She said, mommy, I would like to have children. I said, yes, now. If you want to have kids, now this is what you have to do, you need to marry, go to church, do your wedding and things like that. Okay, now she's not like, okay, so that's the best. Actually, I say, yes, that's the best. But the thing is that we don't have to judge them all. We are not God, though. After that one discussion, the next thing is that, hey, mommy, I actually know how babies come to this world. I say, how does babies come to this world?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this way, if you see me that day, if you see me that day, I know how babies come to this world. I say, how does baby come to this world? This girl, she's like, I was like, how? She said, well, anyways, one thing is that I know kids of my age are not supposed to be saying that, but because I'm so smart, so I know I'm not like, okay, I know you're very, very smart. You're very, very, very smart. So can you tell me how kids come to this world? They're not like, well, mommy, I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you. I just the waka they go. She now came. She was not like, mommy, if you want to ask somebody gender of a baby, you can as well say what's the sex of a baby. I said yes. You can say what's the sex of a baby, and when you say sex of a baby, it also means the gender of a baby. I said yes. So that's sex of a baby. Actually, maybe mommy, you know what I mean. Now she's the time this girl 9 years old. You know what? Automatically, she has already told me.
See,
how it is.
Nikki, you have to sit up. Okay, when I mean sitting up, you have to get into child on your own or without getting anybody involved. Read more on child counseling, how to talk your child out of it. You can go to Catholic Church organization. Catholic Church organization.
Oh, you were talking about 9 years old.
Wait. Yeah, she's a very smart child, so you don't have to bring her down to your level.
And all those things there.
See, Nikki, you have to go to find a like organization like Catholic organization to find resources on how to answer those questions precisely, because to them everything is of rights. They call it civil rights now. That is the way I've decided to go about my life.
Which is what they tell them in school. Which is what they tell them in school, and they believe it is.
Yeah, so you have to go ahead of her in that situation. And again, I've found out that most of our family, our people here, they don't discuss that in their homes with their children. Their children get to hear it from school. At a certain age, you have to tell your child what is going on in her environment so that that child will know. Okay, and then as you're teaching them, like she's asking you which one is the best, you can actually say it's not a matter of being best or not, but which one is ordained by God. You believe in God, right? He's the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. Which one did God ordain? Which one did God baptize? Which one did God say we should practice? And which one did God condemn Sodom and Gomorrah for? You get back to the scripture. That's what Bible is, a complete book. You get back to the scripture. I said, God said he created.
Ekwensu is working seriously, because if you ask me, they should not be telling them this kind of nonsense in school.
Oh, they are. Let
it be. Let it be the duty of a parent.
Yeah.
Now I can kind of make sense of what there's this guy now that they banned from all social media. Something Tete is his name. The guy is out there, like he's so famous. They banned him from all social media because of how outspoken, but his videos are still out there. And he was saying something like this, and I was just like, okay. I didn't even know that they started teaching these people these things in school. Why do they need to know these things from this age? At age 9, they are teaching them this kind of thing. What is that for?
Do you know that thing that abbreviation she gave to me? Because when she gave that abbreviation, I have to ask her, I want to know the full meaning of this abbreviation. And she gave it to me. Do you know, when she told me the full meaning, where I saw it the second time after she finished telling me was at my place of work. Yeah, where they were like writing about equality and things like that. That was where I saw that in my mind. I'm like, what? I mean, so as little as this child is, you as a teacher, you will stand in front of a child to be telling them, this kind of thing and all that.
You know why they have to do that education, Nikki? Because some families, they have their children started this gender thing at age 3. So that those kids that ordinary people will call awkward kids will not feel awkward in school. So they have to educate others to leave them, accept them for who they are. Age 3, a child has changed gender. You understand? That is what we know happening. And because that is happening, that is what is causing serious bullying among kids. And based on that, the school is trying to like tell you, this person is different, I am different, this person is different. That does not mean we are not all human. So it still boils down to you. When your kids are off school, they get back to your covering as a parent. What information do you teach them? And the first time I had a scenario that was last year when I went for medical checkup with my daughter, her wellness check. They gave her a form and said she has to go through it alone. That's unless if she gives mom a consent to fill the form with her. She said, "What does that mean?" That's what she asked the nurse that gave her the thing to go. Say, "No, my mom is gonna fill the form with me." She was 11. So we started reading the form. First of all, they were asked you to identify yourself, he, her, they, and all of that. So even in the hospital, the education is going on. In school, is going on. But the only place you have control, absolute control, is your home. That is why you have to get resources that will make your child understand what the difference and what is this one. And at the same time, get to accept them for who they are, what they believe in, and their way of life. We are not here to be judge and jury. Is their life? This is mine. I have control about this. This is what I think is right. This is what I believe is right. In a Florida state, the governor, through the state legislation, they ban every education or educational material that talks about that in elementary school. You understand? Because they felt they don't want to have that education too early. They are against these people in that state. So the governor went all the way with the other state. But it cannot happen in every state. And that is against civil rights, if you look at it. Because all those small children at age 8 and 7 and 9 changing sex.
People should not use civil rights as an excuse, because this is just the wickedness of adults.
No, that's what they call
it. At age 3, a child is changing their gender. What does a 3 years old know?
He wants to dress like a boy. That's it.
You can wear anything you want to wear, but that doesn't make you.
No. If you can actually see that somebody wants to dress like a boy or dress like a girl, doesn't mean that this person wants to change.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that the person is something else.
When I was growing up, even up to this moment, like, it's not because I'm now like dressing like a lady. You understand? When I was growing up, I'm this kind of person that loves to dress like a tomboy. I don't even carry handbags. I always like to wear my sneakers, wear just even my trousers. I don't wear like jean trousers that I start like this. I just have to wear all these baggy ones with sneakers and then my backpack. You understand? That's how I dress. So that doesn't mean that when they see me dressing that way, then automatically I am this.
No, that is you. Those parents, if they go to define their situation, why they arrive at that conclusion, you'll be able to understand what they are talking about. Why do I say, okay, I've got this, I did this argument you're doing several years ago. I had to come to terms with things. They will say, okay, if you buy a pink outfit for the child, she doesn't want to wear anything pink. If you guys go shopping in here, is that gray, blue, black, or plain white? So the child is already telling you the direction the child wants to go. And I said, well, parenting is different. Left for me, I'm the one buying doing the buying. It's my money. I have to buy what, then you have to stop going to. So you have to wear what I buy. Those are the things I said. And then when they sabi go hospital, all these people, any small thing like that, they gotta go to the doctor, will refer them to psychologists. Now so they're going to see shrink at that age. Then the psychologist will say, oh no, she's this side. You have to manage, try to understand the child. But around Africa, you go to Basbos first to see if you can correct that. But unfortunately, our kids here are becoming that as well. our kids here, they are championing the cause, and we can't throw them away. I went to a party and one lady was asked me that question. So if my child comes back tomorrow,
oh yeah, you said we can't throw them away. Make it not be my own, though. Make it not be my own, though, because of that go here for news, so not be for my house, so
they asked me this question in a function. A woman asked me, a Nigerian woman, then if that happened to be your child, what will you do? I say, well, first of all,
it's gonna never be my child.
Thank you. It's not gonna be my child in Jesus' name. And secondly, I'm not gonna throw that child away. It's still my child. You see, but we just have to continue to pray that it shouldn't happen. If that's the way they have decided to go,
it's just all about having this discussion, and also trying to show, because kids as well, they go with what they see. You understand? They go with what they see, because when they get to school, no matter what they teach them in school, the discussion they have with their friends, the friends will come back and tell you that, okay, my sister is this, my brother is that, and all that, blah blah blah. And the good thing is that when they come back, they will still tell me, even as much as they will call the name of the friends, but I don't know those people. They are classmates, but they will tell you, this person said that the brother is that one, the sister is that one. As long as they are just like being free to say that. So just like you said, Oyoyo, seriously, I need to buckle up, because the thing that very
Nikki, you need to know their friends and by their names. You need to. If it means
it's not even like, I don't even think they're like friends. Like it's more like all those, classmates now.
Classmates. Within that classmates, let's say they have a classmate of 33, they will have few people they are always, play with, chat with, or they have exchange of phone numbers. You need to know those ones by their name and put faces to them when you go to school functions. They'll say, because if you go for school conferences, teachers conference, you meet those who say, Mommy, Dad, oh, how are you? What's your name again? They will repeat the name so that I can ring bell. You understand? You need to, do more. I will put it there. That's what I'm doing, and it's working for me. I gave you guys an example of 11 and 12 talking about boyfriend, because a mother, talking about 16-year-old. My girl said there is a girl in her school. She's so weird and she vapes. Mel, what will you say? Yeah, she vapes, so she has no friend in school. She's always isolated by herself. That she will come, they will give her, they are in school suspension. You'll be in school, you'll not go to class, you'll be with a teacher in an office for 1 week. After that, they will catch her again. She will go to suspension. So what will you say about that? And is a 12-year-old, 7th grade, vaping. So the world has changed. And the earlier we wake up to the reality of where we are, the better for us. And don't say because I'm still in Nigeria, it's happening in Nigeria. The Dubai girl that went to Dubai, is it not from Nigeria? Those ones even do more.
Did you see the one that the mother beat on TikTok? The video was trending too. She's a very small girl on TikTok. She was wearing, this very like simin. I know what we used to call simin those days. Very, you can almost see. And she placed her phone in her room and she closed. You see, when Satan want to punish devil, that's what used to happen. She closed the door, but she didn't lock the door. And she started already shaking the chest like this in the camera. The next thing, if you hear that, on the back, she did like this on the camera. The mother was giving her woto there, pulled her out of the room.
Well, how did she post then? How
live? Right?
I don't know if she was doing live, but it was on TikTok. So she was just there doing 10, and the mother was beating her in the room, and everybody could hear everything and see it. She was trying to deny, but you were wearing simi, and your mother is seeing your phone on. And you could hear the woman saying, you want to join them? You will not kill me. And she was giving her. She was saying all this thing. You want to join them? So it is really terrifying the way people are going. I don't even know what can be done. The level, because if this one had to delete herself, who's thinking about these things? At this age, it's not where people used to run under the rain. You're praying for rain to fall, so you go and run under the rain. You just so many things. I'm just thinking so many fun things that people were doing. The late night tales that we'll sit around the fire.
Tales by moonlight. Yeah.
I'm telling you, just now on Sunday. If you don't have this in television, you run to the neighbor's house or even to the end of your village to go and watch it.
Yeah.
And now we're thinking about people pressing phone and deleting themselves because of something that you're going to have when you're grown. You're going to have it until it will choke you. If you want to have it every second.
Mel, we can't stop this communication we are talking about with our children. We can't stop it. You have to continue to talk. What one thing I tell my kids all the time, I tell them, please, you better be children, better be a child, because adulthood is a serious scam.
They don't know.
Now to pay bill, foot this, do that. You don't have time. You cater for the children, you clean the house, you go to work, you make sure there is money, there is food. It's a serious responsibility. So you better be a child. I use that to like shake my kids a little, especially the big one, because that's the one that is already understanding what I say. You better be a child. There is time for everything under the sun. When I mean everything, boyfriend though is not running away, right? She was like the other day, mommy, that all her friends are doing this. You know, this island that they put here, the one they put down, right? That all her friends they come to. I say, you're not going to school for fashion parade, are you? She said no. I said, then I'm sorry. Those your friends should draw it and reach Jericho, but I'm not buying. Okay, that even if I'm going to buy, I will buy for myself, and I'm going to be the one that will do the practical with you, but it doesn't go to school. She said, okay, mommy, but why is it that you don't? I say, because I said so.
You're still a child. We don't even allow them to be kids anymore. We don't allow them to be kids anymore. Even serve in Nigeria, we still do that thing. Like you see a little child, you're fixing a child
heavy extensions,
Brazilian hair, things like that. You're telling me what exactly are you talking about? Nigeria is even a place where you make kids nice hair, without even spending huge. Over here is difficult for us because it's too expensive. We can't do it, But at the end of the day, that is not the reason you should take. You see them like this male owner, they will just carry something like that, put a child on because the child is celebrating birthday and all that, and you tell me it's fashion and things like that. We don't even allow them to be kids anymore. And when they grow up and start doing it, or let's not even grow up, when they are like not even of age and start doing this, you feel like, this one is already going out of hand. Meanwhile, you already gave that person the rope to do so, to climb, So that's just the thing. It's not easy. Especially now that whatever we say, they call it a technology age and things like that. At the end of the day, we still have to know how to handle this technology age, because we are not.
It's the jet age. The jet is going too fast. Really, they have to slow down.
We are jet mothers as well. So it's all about we sitting up. There is this thing I usually do with my kids, which I'm just telling myself I need to start it up again, because I used to do that like every Wednesday. We have like a round table talk. You just have to sit down, tell me what happened, everything and all that. Then you know how to like talk about some things. I used to do it before, but at the time, so much responsibilities. I'm not like, okay, we're not doing it again. So sometimes our talk is always like we just stand, we talk, we gist. I'm doing something, we are walking around, we are gisting, we are doing this one, another one. But this one, I think I need to start it again, because this time around, I don't have kids again in the house. What I have now in the house is adults. I mean, so, when they talk, especially that second one, when that one talk, I don't. Sometimes I'll be asking her, see, is your class different from the ones that, because Chisom have gone through this your class before, but is it different? Because I don't understand. Your classmates, where are they from?
It's because kids are different now. Some kids are really. I could remember even my younger sister. My younger sister was always asking a lot of questions too, and I remember one day she was asking, I was like, "I'm not answering that question." Then my father heard it, and my father said, "Always answer her. Whatever she asks you, answer her. That's how smart kids they do."
Nikki,
she was always asking. I was like, "You ask too many questions. This one is too big for you." My father said, "Just explain it."
Does she have a smartphone? Does she have a smartphone?
Yeah, she has, but there's no SIM card there.
Okay, see, if the teacher teaches those kind of children, right? Once the teacher is done, they will take their phone and go to Google and ask the question to know more.
Unless she comes back home, because they don't take phone to school. Maybe when she comes back home,
she goes back to that thing because it sinks in her mind. She doesn't get it off. You understand? I've not heard my mommy talk about this thing, so I have to read more. So she does the extra to know more. It's the same class that the big one passed, but that the big one was not interested in those kind of things. This one is interested to know more. That's why I told you have to go look for resources, because more questions are coming. You have to look for resources. As she's matching it to you, you're matching it bumper to bumper, so that your discussion will be a pass. You will now know, hey, my mommy knows what.
When you say something like this, you don't be like, "Yo, mommy, you're so smart." I say, hell, God, God, you have given me a child. I need the strength. I need the strength to actually look after the son because the son needs extra power. As in, this one need extra power. Hey, God of mercy. No, seriously, seriously. This time around, I think apart from sitting up, this round table talk, we need it again. Like we need it again. We have to start. I mean, you need to start vomiting every
Yeah,
now.
parents should do
I
what they
mean,
have to do because
hey,
hmm, the world we live in is a very difficult one. Nobody should fold your hands, say, yeah, I got it covered. I don't even have anything covered. I'm still asking my daughter, for every day you come back from school, okay, what happened today? She will
definitely.
narrate everything that happened today. You keep talking every day. Any small challenge is a conversation moment for me. You have to. You don't have to always act, hey, no. Time for that one is different, and time for you to like subtle a little bit and then come down to their level for them to be able to tell you what they are going through is very, very needed.
But really, these things are scary because me, I'm even yet to even teach the little one I have here how to the names, the real names of the body parts. I still use like the Nigerian pidgin names to
No,
tell her to say it.
no, don't. Please
You will
don't
not
do that.
go and hear it somewhere else. Like, right now, I
Yeah,
don't know, my head is on fire. I
don't,
don't even
don't
get
do
it.
that. Don't
When
do that.
my daughter wanted to go for this 2 days, 3 days trip that she went for, so before she left, I just told her, please, nobody should touch your body. Oh. She said, "Oh, mommy, I know nobody will do that. Chisom, nobody should touch this side. I know, mommy, nobody will do that. Mommy, stop saying that, please." I say, nobody should touch your body.
Don't scare the child, Nikki. Come on.
You
You're
know,
doing the same thing your mother did to you.
do you know, even when they wanted to enter the bus, they were lined up. People were giving their kids a kiss. I will miss you and all that. I hugged her. I just said, yeah, yes, don't allow anybody to touch your body. Oh my, it's so I just said, don't allow anybody to touch your body. She said, mommy.
Nikki, Nikki, I can't believe that's what you're doing to your child. What the same thing they did to you. The
Because
same thing.
like nobody go touch her. Say, I want to know, maybe my mistake. I don't want that mistake one because of my mistake. I mean, when I finished it, that's
We have to start having conversation. We have to start having conversation. There is this word, these days we say very easily and very quickly, man, you're so hot. I told my daughter, no boy in your school should ever describe you that way. And you smile. She said, Mommy, what does that mean? I say, listen, when they say you're hot, they are doing what? They are sexualizing your body as a woman.
Mhm.
That is not compliment. When a classmate or a schoolmate, looks at you and say, man, this one is hot, you tell the person right there, you dare not describe me that way. And they will never describe you that way again. She said, Mommy, are you serious? I said, yes. Don't let anybody sexualize you. No, you're not an object that a man can use a figment of his imagination to describe. Rather, if they want to compliment you that you're beautiful, they should tell you, you're pretty, you're beautiful. And don't tell me you're hot. My daughter say, wow, Mommy, really? I say, yes. It's
You're
not
hot.
a good thing to say. Hey, man, that girl is hot. Don't accept it. So you keep talking. She didn't know about it. This was the conversation I had 4 days ago. Now she got it. That nobody can describe her in that manner. Because it's not compliment. It's a very derogatory compliment, especially for a child. You understand? The thing is that we no longer have boundaries. What adults are saying now, what kids are saying. So everybody knows everything. So I mean, but what can we do? We are still parents, at the same time, still our kids' friends. We have to keep talking. We have to keep doing education. And if you're a mother or a father out there listening to us, thinking that you're going to use your whoa whoa voice to make your child understand what is happening in this age, that is a big no-no. as you're disciplining your child, at the same time, correct with love. Try and come down from your high horses. Come down to the level they will understand so that you can break the ice and have a good conversation with your child. There is nothing wrong in teaching your child the parts of what the part of the body is called. The same way you call hand is the same way you call VJJ. But when you start making it as if there is something attached to it, it becomes a problem. Show me your eyes, my eyes. Show me your vagina. This place, the child will touch that place because you started on time. But we are still uptight that we can't say those words to actually.
Yeah, and you know that same place. Just tell them that this is the same place that somebody is not supposed to go to. You know, nobody is meant to actually go to that place and all that.
Not even that place. Your whole body. Not that place. The whole body. Nobody should.
The thing is, even some of us as adults don't even say those words, so it becomes even more difficult. Like even me, if I'm talking, I would rather use something else in place of those words. It just happens. No matter how serious I'm talking, I would never say it.
Is the upbringing?
I don't know. Except I'm talking medically, I have to explain something. That's the only time I can, because I cannot beat around the bush. I have to say it. But if it's general conversation, I won't say it.
We have bad people here. The bad boys, they come. So you have to remove immediately. Let me even see. Okay, yeah, you blocked, right? Okay.
Done. Yeah, blocked.
So what am I saying is this: we shouldn't make it a big deal. It's just like, show me your eyes. It's part of the body. Let's look at it from that angle, perspective. And another thing a mother should be doing, especially with their girl, even the boy's child, anybody touching your body is invading your privacy. I learned it when I started taking them to see doctors. Doctors were the ones that taught me that as a parent. They said before they were examining your child in the US hospital, they have to take permission from the parent. The doctor will tell the child as early as age 4, as early as age 3, you know, this is your body. You have ownership of this whole body. Nobody's supposed to touch you, except your mom trying to help you. And me that is here to examine your body, I don't have the right to examine this body unless your mother gives me consent. So that is when I started learning this thing. The doctor was like, yeah, this is how you have to keep, saying it all the time so that it will register. And also, if you're teaching the part, where is your hand? My hand, eye, nose, mouth. Then when it comes to breast, you now know you don't want to say. Now, you now say, Bobby, which one is Bobby? Is it in the dictionary? Is it breast? Say it the way it is.
Small Bobby.
Some people say there is other names they call it. Is it Thomas or whatever? They call it different names. You're confusing the child.
I know of a lady there in Germany. She'll be like, the child is calling down there because the boy, so he's calling his thing tonto.
You see? Can you imagine? And then one day, one person said, I want to help you suck your tonton. Do you understand? They will think it's candy. No.
Oh my God. It's not that boy.
You're welcome, Sonia.
Hello, babies.
Babies.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I came late.
Running off, Sha.
I know said it to go laugh. I know said it to go laugh in tongue. So sorry, ladies. So sorry. Oh, Chimo. Time factor.
I know.
How are you guys doing? Good evening.
We're doing good. Okay, so quickly introduce yourself and give us your own thoughts, because we've been already discussing both topics. We're going to round up soon. So now that you're here, introduce yourself and then start by telling us what you think about the man that broke his 2-month-old child's hand and the hand had to be amputated.
All right. Hello, viewers. Good evening from Arab Emirates. Still your girl UD. I know I don't need to stretch them because I know say Nikki. Angel go dey wait now, make I stretch and make you comfort am.
Why they call me?
Yeah, I know say you go. Now you they wait for me. Now you they wait already. Oh, you only can do follow me go. But you go tell me that you don't do.
I go find
So,
voice.
hello, my beautiful people. You know already it's your girl UD, Oshitunia's family, UCUD. Guys, I reside in United Arab Emirates, and this is my one and only channel. And this same name, I'm using it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I have a Facebook page also. Please join us every Thursday on this particular. Hey, babe. I don't know. Says okay. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for being with us. About the topic you were asking, the man that broke the child's hand. Honestly, the day I had this thing, I was thinking it's fairy tales. You know, it doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. Not to a newborn baby. Not to a newborn baby. I never agreed. Even my colleagues were like, I had it. Even for a Kenyan lady. She said she saw it on Facebook. This one, everything Nigeria. I say everything not Nigeria. Just calm down. There is something wrong somewhere. She was like, I said, this one is their village people visited at the wrong time. Maybe they visited and the woman was not around and everything got messed up. Because honestly, trust me, this man is gonna regret this. Yeah. And when I looked at the poor child, ooh, I was like, am I dreaming? Is he dreaming? What is going on? What is happening? Because I still cannot believe it. Okay. What have this child done to you? Okay, I thought a lot of things. This lady was like analyzing it with me. She said, are you sure the man is the owner of the child? Maybe this man isn't the person that impregnated this lady. I said, even at that, what concerns this baby? He would have taken a walk. So this lady was like asking me again, are you sure that the woman maybe is pushed to marry this man, or maybe they got this pregnancy out of mistake now, you know, say, person way fuck, you know, they say that mistake. That mistake is too hard for this man to accept. I said, even if it's too hard for him to accept, he wouldn't have attached it to the child. Nothing concerns this beautiful soul that came into this life. We thought about so many things. We can't still place our fingers on what could have gone wrong. And for me, at the end of the day, I took it like it's the village people that visited at the long hour. Because what will you be telling a man that have a child, a newborn at that? What will that child do? The child cannot hurt him. So that means there is something hidden. This man is not saying. There is something hidden. He is so as in maybe so angry about the whole marriage, maybe being together with the mother. Maybe the child was to him, the child was a problem. So I still, I'm serious. I'm not understanding it. So with all these things that happened, I never knew it can happen. I never knew a father can do this to a child. And I can't even say what to do in such state, because this woman, I am thinking this woman must have known that this man have something like against the child. Or maybe he has been that type of person that is, maybe he's a lunatic, he's a madman, maybe he got angry, he can't handle his temper. This woman must have known something. And if we want to know anything, we must listen to see what the woman have to analyze on this. Because it's a lot. It has a lot to do. Because I can't even look at that child. It's a mess. A newborn baby having one hand now. You can imagine the pain this child go through. So that's it, Mel. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. You did a good job on that one. So now you're going to move over to the next topic, because we've all given our opinion already. The second topic is the teenager that actually ended her life just because her mom said she should end it all with her boyfriend. What's your take?
Hey,
Yeah.
the issue is that I have not had this one, but is this still happening in this jet age, computer age?
Yes, yes, it did happen in Nigeria, and the photo they showed the photo of where you could see she hung herself with rope on her neck hanging because her mother said.
Okay, like I asked, so who be that man? Now Jesus Christ, be na savior.
Well, now teenager. Now we talk about teenager. Don't look at it as an adult. An adult might, we don't know what an adult might do, but she's a teenager, so maybe she will be around maybe 14, 15, 16 years old.
What does he know that is relationship? Can he define it? She that is hanging herself, can she define it? I don't understand. Why will she take her life? And where was the mother?
Let me answer Tonya. Tonya, you see, it boils down to what we said before you came in. Let me just say something. I was of the opinion that the mother would have come with the Nigerian mother style. She already made a mistake not knowing when her daughter started seeing a boy. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she came with a damage control. Do not see this boy again. If you see this boy again, this. And the girl said, if I don't see him, I'm gonna take my life. So
and she took it so lightly.
Maybe she did, you understand, because they didn't tell us the nitty-gritty that happened, you understand. But for you not to know when you're 14 or 15 or 16-year-old start having those small laughs, you know, there is this way love will be shocking you. If you're by yourself, nobody's touching you. You're just on the phone chatting and something is there.
You know this very well.
I was once a teenager.
This is not teenager matter. This is not teenager matter. Even at our age, you know they lie when they say.
Thank you. If you don't win the house, he's texting you somewhere, and then I'm talking to you on the road. Wouldn't you be giggling? Tonya.
I don't blame you. The thing that's sweet, child.
Thank you.
It's the same.
Yes, now, but she's still a baby. She doesn't know anything yet.
Absolutely, she doesn't know anything. But
she doesn't know anything yet.
But Tonya, don't look at it that way, because it is more dangerous with them, the young ones, because they feel like this is love and it's all shocking and everything. They don't know how to handle it. As an adult, you might know, okay, even if I don't do it now, maybe later I might find someone better. You will have all these excuses. But as a teenager, it's like it's a do or die affair for them. You know, the first time they are experiencing, and if he happens to be her first boyfriend,
no wonder something like this has just happened. No wonder something like this just happened. I should say my cousin. Okay, it just happened recently. The mom have to tell me that I should come into this talk. She was, she's a headmistress, the mother. So she was able to recognize, even if she see this particular topic of this lady, she will be so happy that she was able to handle hers very well. She was like, she called me last 2 months and tell me that I should please help and call the daughter, that she's been seeing so person, and when she wants to stop her, Bele enter. Wow. They carry Bele join. Okay, this particular person we are talking about here doesn't have anything. He's a small boy too. They are both in school. So what are you people trying to do? You are trying to use Bele to put everybody in the same tight corner. Okay, now, as you have carried Bele, madam, what are we going to do? The family of the son is not up to marry now. The family of the son no even want. The daughter, the mother no even want, because it's going to be a suffer head. You don't even help her because she will regret it later. She must regret it. Okay, we are talking about the people of how many years? This computer jet age of a thing. Okay, now Pikin, you don't kukuma born, Pikin die. Madam, stop this love of a thing. Now like this, so now we dey look for how we go kukuma pekwagi denya bife. Kukuma bring out her face from that side, because it just looks like they did rituals on her. like they use juju?
Most times it's not juju thing. It's just a child that is lost in direction. That's just that child. She lost direction. And there was a time when somebody told me one of her patients was 11-year-old girl. She was pregnant, and then she gave birth at 12, and the boy that got her pregnant was 14. Okay, so when we talk about having communication with your kids, they will say when you play with them too much, you're not disciplined. Omo is not it. If you don't want to talk this talk, the society will talk the talk for you. Period.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
period.
When did she start having? When did she start having her period? She's having 20. Oh God!
at age 9. She was actually they delivered the baby 11, and guess who? The girl's mother was still upset, so she didn't even come to the hospital. It was the grandma. The grandma should be around 40 something, grandma 40 something years old. Down, we Africans, we are just having baby number one.
Yeah.
Their grandma is 40 something. That means the mother is should be 20 something, because they start very early here. You understand?
Wow.
They're not like us. You have to wait if you go.
Yeah, and not only that, they used to get old on time also.
So I'm talking about even people of the same color with us. That's the people that thing happened to. So the grandma now, okay, what they did was, because it has to come with a counselor was there because it's a child. You understand? And the boy that got the child pregnant is also a child, so nobody's going to prison. But the counselor will always be there to talk to both of them. Now that the baby is out, the grandma came just to take the baby. Okay, you have to go to school. 12. It's 12. So things are happening. Talk to your child. It's no longer the African, there is this TikTok trend they do all the time. When your African mother wants to correct you, it's always with cane and with all of that. We have to find a way to make these children talk to us. You have to find a way. The first time I bought a phone for my daughter, I said, look, if you have 3 friends, I'm the 4th friend, so we'll be having the conversation together. You understand? I can also do prank on my friend's kids and friend, my child's friends. She called me one day, Mommy, can you do pranks on this person? I said, okay, what's the prank? Just have to. Before, if you were me those days with my African, I say, which nonsense are you talking about? Instead of you to focus in class, you're telling me to do prank because you're on recess. I will come that way. But almost these days, I have mellowed down, so that I can have somebody that will tell me what is going on.
Yes, so
Mel, they are back.
So you won't be lost.
Yeah, they are back, Mel.
Done.
Can you remove it? Remove it. It's on the screen.
Yeah, I blocked. Yeah.
It's still on the screen.
When did I tap to put it on the screen? How did that happen now?
You highlighted it. That's why. Just go to another.
I don't even know how to I don't even know how to highlight comments. So I'm surprised that that's showing it.
Okay, thank God you have touching another one. We'll go stick.
Yeah. Are you the one
that? Yeah, just you. They know everything.
Yeah. I just tapped something because I don't know how to do that.
Okay. So the thing is that mother was trying to do a damage control in a very negative way. There are some forms of reinforcement you can do with your children. There is positive reinforcement, there is negative reinforcement. And then when you now notice that your child is already in danger, like Tonya, you people are trying to save your cousin, right? You don't have to go all forceful, because the girl will run away with this boy.
That is why I'm saying this is why I know why the mother was so petty.
She was petting the girl, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the way you have to calm down. If not, this girl go and buy herself. Because as far as they are concerned with their little brain, we don't understand how they feel. Because you have never been a teenager. You just grew up, you became an adult. A boy has never said hello to you when you were growing up. But they felt we as parents, we don't understand, because we always correcting. There is no fun. If you ask any young child, they'll tell my mommy is not fun. My mommy is not fun. She's not cool. It's always do this, do that, do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. So when it gets to this point that you see something, a life might be at stake, you have to throw away all the cane and then throw away the sharp mouth and then calm down and find a way to have that conversation. We can't stop talking to our kids. We can. The world we live in is full of danger. It's full of danger.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, it's going to take a long time before people will be able to change, because this is what a lot of our people know, right? Doing it the harsh way, like you must stop it now. And most times, why some parents even miss it, that beginning period, is because they feel like they've told you this is what, if you remember how we were brought up, you were just told, don't you dare. You know, they just list out the things that you don't dare. Don't you dare smoke. Don't you dare take alcohol. Don't you dare, know a man as a woman or as a man be with. They just list those things and they tell you never to dare. And most kids of those days just adhere to their parents. Not all, but most adhere to what their parents. And then the parents don't even focus anymore so much on what you're doing. You're welcome, Nancy Licious. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. So
okay.
most times parents don't focus anymore, so that's where they miss it.
Let me give you a practical example. I was told all of those. In fact, I wasn't told much because I already have elder sisters, so I now know what to do, right? Then one day, did they tell me that a boy is going to stop you on the road? No, they didn't tell you that part. They said, do not let anybody touch you, like Nikki was telling the daughter. Do not do this, do not do that, you understand? But they won't tell you, in case if you happen to find yourself in a tight corner, this is how to escape. This is what to talk to the person. This is how to approach. Then my mother was coming back from, I don't know where she went in the street. And then she saw me, a boy who stopped me on the road, was talking to me. And then my mother came and passed. If you were some mothers, they would drag you from that place and drag you home. My mother just did not, as if she didn't see me. She passed. Not knowing that she saw, when I now saw that she was, see, that's my mother. And I started to hurry home. By the time I got home, she said, hey, where are you coming from? I said, I was just in the street. I just saw you pass. I started following you. She said, yes, I know. And who was that person talking to you? I said, it's that person. They live in front the street at the beginning. He said, and then what was it? I said, Mommy, I don't even know what he was talking about. I said, that's not what I'm interested in. He was talking to you and you were not looking in his eyes. Which map of Africa were you drawing on? That was what my mother was interested in. I didn't even understand where she was going. She said,
are you serious?
Let it be the first and the last time a man will be talking to you, be looking down. If that man is talking to you straight into his own eye, bam, so that whatever his agenda is, he will not proceed.
Yes.
It works. As a young child, I said, oh. She was not even angry that somebody was talking to me on the phone. No, I was talking to me on the road. No. But because I was, the way now that you just be looking down, be drawing what you don't know that you're drawing.
Now we always draw. Everybody
I
always
didn't know what we were even drawing. Yeah? That was the end of the drawing for me.
You start me now. I'm always a security that time. When they are holding my sister, then I will stand beside the wall. I'll be doing this. Me, I'll stand. I'll be doing my eyes. I'm looking today. Somebody's coming.
So that was the end for me. Then the next time the boy saw me again, what did your mother say? I said, hey, what do you want? I was looking at him like this with all my eyes out. And that was the end of that talking to. Those days they used to call it talking to. The boy never spoke to me again. Because I now got equipped. They don't equip us. They don't let nobody touch you. How? So if we are going inside in class and you rub my body, I'll be pregnant. No. They have to equip you.
You said let nobody touch you. They said don't even go close. If you go close, you get pregnant. The touch is even far.
What is wrong?
By the time you get to touch me, you might be a grandma by then. Because the way they say coming close alone, you get pregnant. So if it gets to touch it, that means you just give birth to all the children in your life, and they're to start having kids.
Honestly. So we should equip our kids. We should have the conversation. Keep talking to your children. Find a way to break the ice about all those things we hold so dear. Telling your child that the what is in her chest is called breast. is no biggie. Calling the name of the vagina is no biggie. That's Botox. My kids, they know all this name. I know they do, because that's biology. You're the first teacher your child has. You're the first nanny, your first cook, first maid, first cleaner. Then when it comes to biology education, you now withdraw yourself. That one no work. You have to be the teacher. When they were teaching them sex education, my daughter was afraid because they were calling names and showing pictures of she was like, hey, that was the first time she was seeing, because I don't have a boy in my house, so they never had penis. So she then said, mommy, come. I had to run to her room. They were doing homeschool at the time. She said, I need you to sit here. I suspended my work. I was working from home that time. I just turned off. I sat there for 45 minutes listening to a nurse teach. So everything they taught them. And that's when they would teach them about this thing Nikki's daughter is talking about. That some people are wired differently. Some people, they go with this gender. That was, I heard it from the nurse. The principal was there. The teacher was there. I heard every conversation. So when they finish their own thing, I have to re-educate. Because you have to re-educate your child. Even nobody else will.
Yeah, it's true.
And Antonia, what you said about that man, village people, I don't want to believe it's village people. It's austerity and poverty and difficult times that push that man to do that thing.
Frustration.
Yeah, it's frustration, Tony.
But that child is just too tender for him to handle that way.
You know why I said it's frustration. There was this a story of a woman that the child was, you know the way kids can push you, was doing something that she just grabbed the child and flinged the child, not realizing it was her child that she flinged. By the time she got to her consciousness, she started running to where the child. Oh boy. Things happen.
All right.
Mel, please be rounding us up, sweetie.
Okay, yeah, so let's give our final what we think concerning both topics, and then we call it a day. So let's start with you, Oyoyo. What's your final take concerning both topics?
All right, my final take, like I said in my video, if you haven't watched my video, please go watch, do me justice by watching the video. I will say for a young man,
watched it, I saw it.
For any young man, any young woman, listening to us and watching our videos and hearing our voices, one thing I want you to take home, if you're intending to get married, if you're planning, if you're desiring to be a wife or a husband, ask yourself a question. Am I mentally ready for the challenges that come with marriage? Don't be deceived that marriage is just sweet, sweet, sweet. No, marriage is not sweet, sweet. Marriage comes with sleepless nights, especially when the kids start coming. Marriage has its own challenges. When I had my baby, my husband had to take paternal leave. Also, when I had a baby, he was doing omugo with me because he could not sleep at night.
You are really tired.
And he can't go to work the next day. Okay. And for that reason, he had to go to the office and take permission to be off work. So the sleep deprivation, we all understand it.
They always give them.
They always give them.
Same thing as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So we can understand the frustration, but if you're not mentally ready, emotionally capable to handle marriage, don't bother getting married. Be single and enjoy your single life. Please don't bring a child in this world that you look at as an object. The last time I checked, even with all the science and innovation and technology, they can still not create a human being. It still has to go the process of a sperm and a semen, or a semen and an egg. It still has to go through that process, and that's the way God originated it. So because you cannot create a human being, please, you have no right whatsoever to take
the life.
Yeah, that will be where I will leave it today.
All right, thank you very much. And may I also add, concerning what you said, that in her own time, her husband had to take leave. In my own case, it was like, I cannot deal with crying. So you deal with that. I will go out and I will work if it is 24 hours, 48 hours to make sure everything is ready. But I'm not going to help with that cry. So immediately he moved from the room and went to another room straight ahead. So I already knew that I have to deal with the crime by myself. But at no point did he say, even if he doesn't sleep, he still will wake up as early as he can and go. And you always tell her, now you think that the world revolves around you, right? You know, and then sometimes it's like, my wife, come here, because I was like, you come and join us. You're like, no, you know, but he just cannot handle the cry. But he was able to say it earlier, like, me, I cannot deal with cry, so you gotta deal with it yourself. So that's why I feel like people should have that conversation. Over to you, Nikki.
Mel, before Nikki says something, you see what you said, having that conversation, you understand? And we can now understand why most Oyibos, they don't want children. But in our place, it's a must, you must have a child.
Yeah, if not, that means you're barren now.
That is it. That is it.
Exactly, because I remember even when we first got married, he was like, let's enjoy our life, because when we start having kids, we're not gonna have all this. So he wanted to really, and I was like, relax, enjoyment will not finish, even when the kids grow up and leave. But he really wanted to do a lot of things that he wanted to do before he would start having kids. So every time people were like, what are you people waiting for? I was like, what is the hurry? That was always his response. Every time people ask me, what are you people waiting for? I said, what is the hurry? You know?
Yeah.
Seriously. So, anyways, we've said it all, and all I can say is, first of all, as for that man, he needs to go for it. In fact, as they've taken, if they have actually caught him, not just take him to the prison direct, because he might just go there and kill somebody without anybody even doing anything about it. Take him to mental health.
Continuation of murder.
Yes, now they should take him to mental health first and check him, and mental hospital to check him and see how. In fact, to know the level, because the new job I got now, in fact, as a matter of fact, sometimes it's actually good for ones to get into some certain the new job now is on mental health. Like, that is what I'm learning there now. I'm like, oh Jesus, you can actually see somebody walking on the road and you know that this person is not okay, like not okay. So it's better they take this man first of all for a checkup to know if this thing is still in maybe small level that they can actually handle at that point before it gets out of hand. There is no need of just taking him straight up to prison. If you take him straight up to prison, he might go there and do something else. You understand? He will continue doing it, and we might feel like, oh, this man, just like Tonya said, village people. Not be everything be village people. Village people, they do their own work, they rest. So we need to know that this man as well is his own problem. Let's know where the problem is coming from, okay? So that one is it. And for the teenage girl that passed away, her own, she's gone. There is nothing we can talk about her, we can do. Her mother now is already facing the guilt in her, because that one, I know this is something that can never, it's something she can never get over with. Even if she have 20 kids later on, she still will not get over that particular one. You understand? So it's just for us to start from time and know how we can control those kids. I know that it's not easy. It's not easy, especially in this kind of Western world now. It is not easy at all. So at the end of the day, we just have to give it a try and continue trying until finally they get their own wives and husband. Then we can at least rest. So that is it. That's what I have to say on this. And thank you all for today. It's a wonderful topic.
All right.
Yeah, Tonya, you have something to add before we all leave?
Okay. I don't think I have much to say, but I think women has to sit up. We have to do better, more than this, because in both sides of the story, women have a lot of roles to play in it. Like the person that injured the child, almost to kill the child. This woman must have taken note of this man, his actions. It doesn't just happen. It's not a magic thing. This man must have been so clear with some points about this child. So she must have taken note and know very well this is not the right time to keep this child for this man. And I can never leave my child off my sight once I know that this man is not okay with this child, or this pregnancy, or this marriage, or we are not okay, because it doesn't happen like magic. There is somewhere, it's coming from somewhere. Something must have triggered. This woman must have taken note of all this. So maybe She underestimated this man so much for this to have happened. Okay? And you know very well this man has been looking for a way to eliminate this child. One way or the other, this woman must have seen. So you wouldn't have left this child on this man's mercy and leave an inch. You wouldn't have, you know, what happens to rapper? Tie her or him on your back. Move around with it's your bundles of joy. Makachuku, every children is a bundles of joy to the mother, no matter how the child comes. So you pamper this child, you take care of this child, and you don't leave that child out of sight. Since you know that there is a problem, because there must be a problem. You can't just tell me that this one just woke up and started acting this way. If you know that he can't deal with anger, you would have been more careful. If you know that there's some certain things he's been pinpointing about this marriage, this pregnancy, this child, you should be conscious of what will happen next. We took some certain things for granted. So once you notice that so things are going on and this man is not happy with this, because he must have shown it. You won't tell me he have not been showing it. Even from the day you put to bed, he must acted one or two things that will get you worried. Okay, in the absence of the other, the mother leaving the child after saying, see, my mother does this. If you say some certain things with your mouth, my mother will sit you down and correct you. Oh yeah, come here, because mama said I'm ready to if you get that's the time when they talk this thing, before you know, if they will say Satan don't work. So she doesn't take anything for granted. She's so conscious of whatever you say. She said, I'm holding you by your words. So whatever you say, she will take it up immediately. She will call you at that time of the night where everybody, they sweet dream, they sweet everybody. She will call you and sit you down. Madam, see why I told you this thing. See why, and you uttered so thing. It's you that will be laughing. Oh, mommy, I don't mean it now. Is this why you called me? It's why I call you. It's why I call you. Before you will put me in trouble. It's why I called you. Do you see that thing you uttered with your words, or you gave it out? It's exactly what we were thinking. We know carry microscope. Just like you've said it, madam, don't do this thing. See so thing, see how it is. And the mother must have, the time this child uttered this thing, she must have seen the seriousness of this child about this particular relationship. For her to say something like that, you would have taken it up from there. First of all, get to her. Sit her down. Narrate everything with her. Make her better. Make her feel loved. This is why I'm doing this. This is, okay, wait a minute. This guy is still small. He's still young like you. You are still young. You don't have not even known what his relationship. I'm your mother. I am here for you. This is why I want you to know. I want you to grow and become somebody. Don't you want to become somebody for me? Do you like this way I'm suffering? I don't want you to suffer also. Just try to do something about that word. She really said it out. She said it out. The handwriting is well written on the wall.
You're right. So yeah, if we continue, we're just going to go on and on and on. And you know, Nikki, I have to go to school tomorrow and every other stuff that the rest of us have to do. Yeah. So let's quickly jump in and ask Constance if there's anything she needs to say, and then let's just round up. So Nikki's almost falling asleep.
No, she doesn't have anything to say.
She's here.
We call the shot.
Yeah, I think because she said she will be in the background. So if not, so we just don't jump all out and ignore her. So yeah, Constance, if you're here, time to sign out. So final word, if you're not. It's Oyoyo that's playing it.
Which music is it?
Okay, so I think Constance is really, really busy.
Not because this normal this thing.
Yes, it should be. We can download it. If we are coming in, if we are going out, we can use it. to.
All right, so
that's copyright. I don't know why.
No, it's YouTube song.
That means it's not allowed on
Yeah.
Facebook.
yeah, you can.
Facebook.
If
I
they
don't know.
play-
I
Yeah,
used
because
it. I
you're
used it on
using
my Facebook stream. They did not say anything. Facebook didn't say anything.
yeah, maybe normal.
Sometimes YouTube music, if you use it on Facebook, they will just remove it. They have done it to me.
Yeah.
They have done it to me.
I used it. They didn't do anything.
Well, if you're using from the YouTube library now, you're not gonna have issues.
No, you won't.
But it's not.
No,
from
I
yeah.
stream both Facebook and YouTube. So I stream with the music. I didn't get anything from Facebook.
But I noticed that if you use the sounds from YouTube library on Facebook, they used to still block the this thing. They mute the content. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Because I don't have time to go remove and then put and all of that.
Because there's no.
Yeah, two different apps, two different. But I don't know why they don't have their own library with their own songs.
And they will be copyright.
Right.
Maybe very soon. As everything is changing very soon, they're gonna this is so. All right, ladies, thank you so very much. You all give basketballs to this topic. I just wish a lot of our people, mostly because that's where people. I feel our people is more affected by stuffs like this, like the way this. Because tell me, if it was somewhere else, that man would have thought of what would have happened to him. By now he would have been in jail. We won't be hearing they're still looking for him. So I hope more of our people will hear it and all of that. So thank you so very much. I have my people here talking and all the noise going on here. They are right here by my side.
At least.
So thank you so much, ladies. You did a fantastic job. You nailed it. Thank you so very much. See you all tomorrow or see you all on Whitey Street on social media. Right?
Nice.
Now that you don't jump in, we're not talking.
Okay, go meet them. Go meet them. They're going to hear you. Oh, that is nothing.
All right, ladies. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
You the dance these days, right? They see you.
Yes, so life is too short, Tonya.
Yes, sir. Oh, God. The only thing is I don't know how to dance this your music.
Anyhow, shake body.
Dance anyhow.
Shake body.
Anyhow.
All right, ladies, I will leave you guys. Tomorrow I have work to attend. Bye.
All right.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, I know I will see you on Whitey Street. Oh, it's past 10. All right. I'm still live.